Hi everyone, Mara here. This is a quick art vlog. Someone asked me how exactly I choose my colors, and it really depends because there's so many different ways to approach color. However, I will like to bring up a video I did about grayscale. There's something I said there that wasn't correct actually. I said that 80% of the artwork is values and 20% is color. That's both true and false because how I went about it was that if you don't work from grayscale and then put in your colors, then your artwork might fail. And that's not necessarily true at all. You can work from grayscale, but you can also work straight from color first. The thing is that coloring is one of those things that there's different ways to approach, and it's tricky how to do it perfectly. There's no perfect way to color, essentially. What I should have said was that grayscale was one of the easier ways to approach coloring because you don't have to worry about color immediately. You could just put in your shading and your lighting first and then work from color after you're done with that. But working with color is completely doable. Lots of people do it, even I do it. I pretty much contradicted myself right after I made that video after all. But for anyone who's interested in who's curious about how I color at all, because some people actually asked me about this, then what I will do is make art vlogs with different ways on how I approach it. You can pretty much, if it suits you, you can go ahead and try these methods. Just make sure that it's just practice with repetition for one, and second, keep in mind that my way of coloring is not perfect either. It's just what makes it easier for me. I'm always learning, I'm always experimenting, and that's what's important. So the coloring method that I'm gonna go with is the one from one of the commissions I made. In fact, that's where I got the question. So I'm going to recreate it here. So what I did here, essentially I went and set up my base color first, depending on where my light source is. So I would have like a main flat color, and then the base color would be like a lighter color that I want. Sometimes I will choose it based on ambient color because I like working that way. I would not necessarily go for white, but I would go for several colors. Maybe my light source is yellow, maybe it's the sunlight, or maybe it's in the artwork, the characters in a party, and then the light source would be like green or something. So I would go for something like that. It's tricky, and I'll get to a different video. In fact, there's different videos about how color theory works, but you have to keep in mind which colors work with other ones. Right now, I'm not gonna get into that because it's a whole different topic, but just search color theory on YouTube, and there's so many videos that explain it a lot better than I do. So, I would use two colors similar to a gradient. I would set up my color here, and then on top of that, I would put a layer where I will apply the main colors of the character. And it's usually on a very low opacity to make sure they complement the base color properly. Mainly because I want the coloring to have this feel that it's fading out from the light source to the main color to like a darker faded area. One more thing, I did find out about this by complete experimentation. I don't usually work this way. I would sometimes set up the color on the background itself rather than the character. But again, like I said before, there's many different ways to approach colors. I also encourage you to try it. It might not work out, but the point is that you might learn something. Because normally when you experiment with different methods, it just carries over to your style. If you find it useful and if it helps you color faster and more efficiently. So anyway, thank you for watching. I know this was very brief, but this is just like this is an unedited, unscripted vlog. It is edited, but the point is it's not really a detailed tutorial. Just there's so many resources out there. Just what I mainly encourage you to do, just go out, search, and try what you can. If you find it like a really nice style, or you're a huge fan of it, just try to replicate it. Not flat out copy it to steal it or anything like that, but just to analyze what you're going for. That, and the best method is just to do studies, do lots and lots of art studies, whether it's from photographs or models or even art styles that you really like. Just go out and try them, and eventually you'll learn tricks on how to make it work for you.